Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Majestix Heroclix Podcast. If you like our content, please like and subscribe. It really helps us out. If you're interested in learning more about the Bronze Age format and the Majestix Open Series, please check out openseries.majestixccg.com. Also, if you want to learn about Heroclix strategies, tactics, and lists from the game's top players, please visit majestixccg.com/apex-insiders. Lastly, if you're looking for Heroclix singles, please visit our eBay stores at stores.ebay.com/MajestixHeroclix and stores.ebay.com/ClixCollective. All the links for everything I just talked about is below in the description. And again, my name is Jeff, and as always, my co-host Patrick.
What's up, everybody? So we were gone for a couple weeks, right?
Yes, sir.
Because somebody was on vacation.
Spring break, baby. Yeah, went to Hawaii.
You went to Hawaii, huh?
With the family, yeah. Actually, it's a funny story. We were supposed to go back in 2020, but the whole coronavirus thing, because we were supposed to celebrate our 10-year anniversary because we got married in Hawaii. So it was nice to be able to go back and hang out with the family, and got to meet up with one of the Clix homie and have some lunch.
I saw that.
Hang out with Matt Esbrook.
Oh man, did he stall you out? Did he make you wait for a long time?
No, he was there right on time.
Oh my god, dude. That's cool. Yeah, I saw the picture and I was like, "Oh shit, that's right. He was there." Yeah, because he's a traveling nurse, right? So
but his assignment's been in Hawaii for the past, I think, 3 months. So he got it extended again for another 3 months. So he'll be there, and I think he's looking to settle down there because he is loving it, and I can't blame him.
Oh
man.
yeah,
the place beautiful.
That's like, and you're over there, and you're 3 more months. I mean, that's like basically, yeah, that is paradise over there, right? I mean, there's like no bad weather. Really, right?
Dude, it was perfect. It felt so warm.
That's cool, man. How long were you there for again?
Went there from Friday to Friday.
Okay, nice, for a week. Okay, it's cool. What were the islands you went to?
We were just on Oahu. We stayed in Honolulu, and then just did. Nice. We did the Jurassic Adventures one day. That was a lot of fun. Hit up Pearl Harbor. We rented a car, so I was able to drive the family around the island, and we did our own little island tour, and just beach and pool. So it was awesome.
Nice, cool. So now you're energized, getting ready for some Clix stuff.
Dude, I'm excited.
So
I know. You kept sending me all those teams, and I was like, "Ooh, yeah, I know. I want to get back and play."
So let's. We finally got the rules for the tarot cards. So this is we have, let's right into topic one here. Tarot cards.
It's been the hot topic.
Bring up the rules. Take a look at this. So,
all right, tarot card rules.
Yeah. Okay. So it has each player may build one. So this is something that's separate from all of your, basically separate from anything, because there's no points or anything, and it's just something you add to your team if you want. Minimum of 5 cards, maximum of 12. They're all unique, so you can have doubles. And there are 5 suits, right? No, 4 suits, just, pentacles, swords, cups, wands. Basically, it's like the playing card suits. And then major arcana card. You can only have 1 major arcana card, and you can only have, I'm sorry, is it 2? No, 1, right? And then you can have.
You can't have more than 4 major arcana cards and 2 of the same.
4 major, suit. Yeah, but right. Yeah, so basically you have 1 of each of the 4. And then you can't have more than 2 of the same suit. And then basically, if I have a deck, I'm gonna reveal at the beginning of my turn, and then the effect is there until next turn. And then if you have one on your turn, you also reveal yours, and then that's also in play. And then on my turn, I could flip it up, and then it basically replaces the one that had the previous turn, but your effect is still there. And now, if we both flip up the same card, then the top, you put in the bottom, and then you put another one in play, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And then when there's no more, you shuffle it and you redo it again. Okay. So, initial thoughts, initial impressions.
I don't see why not to play it.
Yeah, exactly. No cost, right?
I did not see a point cost in any of these cards. And then they gave an example of a team, and then what tarot cards they would use for it. And it added up to 300.
Let's show some examples of what they do.
if we want to look at examples of what they do, Clix Nexus has them, of course. So here's one from the actual set, X of Swords. This is the full. It's one of those arcane cards. Characters can't use effects of equipment.
That's huge. All right, so and just to note, each one of the suits basically represents what combat value or combat symbol you're using.
Yeah, it's the pentacle's the speed, sword is the attack, cup is defense, and wands is damage.
Well, okay, so like, okay, sure, it's good that there's basically no downside, right? Unless, however, the randomness is going to be nuts on both sides. So what do you think? What else?
It's going to help you and your opponent out in theory, right? Because it affects everyone. The positives seem to outweigh the negatives so far. We haven't seen any crazy busted ones. They've all seemed relatively balanced, but we've only seen about less than 25% of them.
So if you build it correctly, that if you build it right, you should theoretically be able to help only your side if you do it right. For example, go back to that equipment one. If I don't play any equipment, that only helps me.
Yes.
So that's one of those where if you build it right, it should only help you, or it should hinder your opponent. So if your opponent is playing multiple equipment, and you flip the Fool, they won't be able to use it, and it won't hurt you because you're not playing any equipment on your own.
Yes.
So that's something when it comes to building your deck, you have to consider, because there might be other effects that say like, if they use the effect on equipment, this happens, whatever. Maybe it's good, maybe it's bad. So maybe you don't put that in. The Super Sense stuff. Let's go to the next one, the Super Senses one, right?
Yeah. If you're playing a bunch of Super Senses.
Could be, this is one of those that it could help. It's like if you're playing, let's say, Wonder Woman, and you have Super Senses on your guys, so you're essentially a 3 through 6 Super Senses if you have Super Senses with the Wonder Woman team ability.
Yeah.
But if they also have that, then you're also helping them. So in a sense, so in that way, that is something that helps both sides. Now, an example to counter this, where it only helps you and not your opponent, is you would play a piece like Gwen Stacy. So if you flip this up on your side, cool, we both have it. But if you have Gwen Stacy and you put them within 4 of them, they're not gonna be able to get it. So that means you only get the effect. So that does come with quite a bit of team building strategy, which is cool. The random part, I think, is going to be the biggest obstacle, I think, because you don't know what your opponent is going to flip, and you don't know, like, you have an idea of what you're going to flip, but you don't know which one is going to be. Your opponent could do, they could do something that really hurts you. Now, do you think, how many cards do you think in a deck people will be playing? Because it says 5 to 12. There is, if you play card games, anybody who plays card games, there's only one correct answer in this.
5.
Yes. Why?
It increases your chance of grabbing the better ones.
Exactly. Yes. Exactly.
Or 20% chance. Excuse me.
Yeah, and because you can't play multiples of the same one, whereas other card games you could play like 3 or 4 copies of a card. So if you're going to play more, you can kind of scale it up. But because you're going to play one, you don't want it to, unless you really want it to be super random. You just have 12 different cards, like just crazy. But if you want to maximize your strategy for your own effect, you should only be playing 5. So you have a 1 in 5. And also, if it goes past turn 5, like you base, not but like you have a higher chance again of getting those same cards again. And they should all be good. Whereas if it goes past turn 5 and you have more cards, you're not going to get that same effect. Let's say you want to get the Super Senses one again. Well, if you have more than 5 cards in your deck, you're going to have to wait.
It's going to take longer
like
to get
10
there.
turns or whatever, right? Whereas if you want to get this, a higher chance of getting this again, you play only 5. So that on turn 6, you shuffle it, you have a 20% chance of flipping it. Whereas if you have 8 cards, you have a 0% chance of getting it again, because you have to wait a full 8 turns or whatever it is, right? So I think I wonder how many people actually know that whole thing, like why you should only play 5. You know,
Yeah. It'll
because if you like think about it like this, if you're going to be playing this effect, you're going to want it, and this effect is in your deck because you want it. You want to be able to, you want this to pop up as much as possible. You know,
I would definitely think you would see the different number of cards being played versus the top 8, top 4 players, and then the back half of the playing field.
Yes. Yeah. You know what? That's, that'll be a good data to track, to see how many people are playing how many cards, and how many of them are in the top and whatever. Right. Yeah. I feel like if you're not playing these tarot, you're kind of hurting yourself because they're free.
Because you could even play 2 defense ones and 2 damage ones, and then an arcane, and then you'd be good to go.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to play one of each. You could double up on them.
Yeah. So or you could just play all defensive. Or you can you can only play 2 of the defense, right? Now, what do you think of them being just free like that and having no cost for anything?
Man, for it being modern legal for the next 2 years, I don't know. I felt like they should have cost some points.
Yeah, or
like
something.
At most 5 to like anywhere between 1 to like 5.
Yeah, or like if they wanted it to be free, it should maybe take place of like either an object or a sideline spot.
Yeah, it's
something, because
it's like that weird downloadable content. It's that weird DLC.
Yeah, there's no downside at all. That's true. Like you should always be playing these, and I feel like that's gonna be.
It's like Scroll Spy. Why don't you?
I don't know. I guess we'll see how it goes, because I'll wait and see before I'll reserve my real assessment and judgment on it, because I don't know how it's gonna play and how many people are gonna play. But I do know this: during the era of battlefield conditions, people hated it.
And you had to pay for those, right? Those cost points?
No, they were. Okay. That's why they were free.
Oh, okay.
The feats cost points. That's why they were fine.
Okay.
The BFCs were bad. Okay.
I just remember playing Ordinary Day, right?
So that's why every single person, when let's say you had let's play 3 rounds. You can only play one of that named battlefield condition only one time in the tournament. You can't play like Ordinary Day every round.
Oh.
You would have to choose when you want to play that Ordinary Day. But every single person that was playing at the highest level had the Ordinary Day on their battlefield conditions list. Because if there was something that said like you can't carry or whatever, you're gonna get screwed if you're playing like a lockjaw team or whatever. So
yeah,
you just reserve it for that. And how they did it was you you reveal at the same time. So that's why it's like, oh, we both revealed Ordinary Day, dang, whatever. But I think for me, the reason why they stopped it was because of that too much BS going on.
Okay.
And now that they're bringing it back without Ordinary Day, without we don't.
There might be one that just says no
effect,
effects for this turn. So that'd be cool.
I hope that there is at least one for each suit. Because I would just play. That would just be my deck. It would just be those 4 and then Arcana.
Dude, perfect.
I'll just be like, look, it just says like cancel whatever effect is out there. Just something like that.
No effects this turn. No effects this turn.
Yeah, whatever. I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see. I guess we can, because obviously the knee-jerk reaction that a lot of people have is like, oh, it's bad. It's whatever. And the cynic in me is like, oh, screw this. But yeah, I'll give it a shot. We'll see how it goes. I really, I'm very skeptical though. Let's just put it that way. Anything where there's no cost for putting something in, usually it's like that's a bad sign. Because
and how rare are these going to be to get? Are they all equally rare? Are some of them?
Oh my god! Oh Lord!
Do they? I don't know if they have a rarity to them or not.
What if the Ordinary Day ones are like the chase cards?
$80 card, right?
Yeah,
It's like a Mesa all over
okay.
and again.
Dude, that's funny. Okay, so like let's move on to topic number 2. I know this isn't until the summertime, but let's take a look at some Disney Plus stuff, right?
All right.
Let's take a look at whatever. I don't know. I've just seen whatever Scott Porter has put up and whatever people opened, but like, if there's anything, I know the whole set's not out there, but like, if there's anything you can like,
a couple stood out to me. I pegged on the side.
We should at least go over the guys with the equipment and stuff.
Okay.
At least.
I don't know exactly who comes with what. I don't remember.
Well, it'll say like they start with this.
Okay. There's a few that can use it.
Yeah.
Captain Carter starts with the Carter shield. So the Carter.
Dude, haven't I seen these? Jesus, I don't. What the hell? I totally missed this one. 115 points, 9 clicks.
Yeah. So she's 120 with her shield.
Okay.
Now, she also has a split or lower dial at 45.
Okay, 45. Here we go.
I was gonna say that's more your speed. All right, Captain Carter. So defend, and if this character can already use defend, adjacent characters modify defense by +1.
Oh, you know what? They screwed us on this. It has to be. You have to play the high point one because the low point one doesn't have defend. Bastards.
I know,
right? Look at it.
They start out invincible.
Defend, right? Look at this one. Got him. So they force you to. They're like, hey, look, you want this cool effect? You got to play the 115.1. All right, fine. All right, at least there's a reason. Whatever, she's invincible. I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
What else we got?
All right, we got Skinny Steve. So he's got a shield pump, 15 points, mind you, for willpower and leadership. And when he uses it, friendly characters within range are considered adjacent.
All right. So Groot has been supplanted as the cheapest leadership now.
Yeah. So we got Past and Soldier for keywords, along with Shield and Howling Commandos.
Okay. So Past Soldier, Shield. Those are there you go.
He's on your. I was gonna say the Doom team, right?
Yeah. Shield too. Oh, dude. Wow. 15-point leadership is and with a team ability.
Mm-hmm.
And it's leadership within range. That's pretty good. I mean, 15 points. Like, I'm in. Definitely.
Comment of the year, right?
Dude, that's 15-point leadership. Wow, dude, I thought Groot was already the lowest, right? Like 20.
Yeah, it didn't get much better than that.
Like, wow. Of course, Groot also does plenty more when it comes to like attacking and stuff, but still, 15 points is crazy.
Yeah, and he can do it within range, so just keep him back.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
All right. Let's see. Vision.
Hey, what do you think about all those? What do you think about all the when you get to them? I don't know if you have them here. What do you think of all the celebrity mystic people that have the stop click and the shape change heal? I think those guys are pretty good. Yeah,
they have potential. I like it, especially if you get some of those tarot cards that give you +1 to your rolls.
Yeah, because they all. I think a lot of them have senses too.
Yeah.
So they have senses shape change, and when they shape change the heal one, right? And they have a stop click. Yeah, I think. And they're cheap too. I think they're like 30 to 40 points or something like that.
Yeah, they're in that range. I like it. We'll look at some of them. All right. So they have this vision, 30 points, Avengers Initiative, senses and shape change, 30-point tie-up piece.
With a passenger 3.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean he can carry a bunch of spider friends?
Mm-hmm.
Spider family. Oh, by the way, so keep on the lookout for Marvella's increasing price. By the way,
all these celebrities, jeez.
Yeah, she's so cheap too, 15 points. So, but this guy could carry Spider Family people.
I like it.
That's pretty. 30-point taxi. That's not bad.
All right. So this is one of the Captain America, comes with the shield. So the shield gives you Captain America's shield gives you.
Is this the one with deflection?
The ESD, yep. And if you already can use it, it's a +3 instead of a +2.
That's interesting how they're doing this round of objects. It's so it's not just redundant. You get a bonus.
Yes.
Right, because if you have ESD, like, why would I give this? Like, well, I get +3. Okay, cool. And the other one's defend. If you already have defend, they get +1. So that's kind of cool. I like that.
They all seem to be very defense oriented.
Yeah, and they're cheap too. 5 points. Oh.
Alrighty.
What else?
Winter Soldier. Was it once per turn after he's placed? After resolutions may give an action token to an adjacent opposing character. 50 points. Seems useful enough. And he's got the Empower.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. All right. What else?
Darcy. Cheap support piece. Outwit Perplex. Shield.
So they brought back Perplex.
Yep.
Remember, they didn't have Perplex. So it's a power that came off the bench.
Yeah, we're seeing Perplex, Shape Change, Hypersonic.
Yeah. Dang, dude. So she's another one. So this is like right up there with like the Steve. 25-point outwit Perplex. Oh my god. With a shield team ability.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
All right.
Dang, dude. And scientist too. Celebrity? Oh, Spider Family.
Hey. All right. So Gamora, daughter of Thanos. Close combat expert, exploit weakness, coming in for a 12 for 4, and when she KOs an opposing character, heals 2. Decent little beat stick.
She's 60 points, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Bad.
Another one caught my eye was not Monica. Yeah, it was Monica. Another easy tie-up piece for 25 points, and then you choose an opposing character within range and line of fire until your next turn. Monica Rambeau gains immobile, and when the chosen character attacks, the only target character can be Monica.
Really dude, dang, that is wow. That's really good for like tentpole teams.
Just lockdown.
Oh my! I can only attack a character named Monica. So what you could do with this, it's really crazy if you're able to do it. You can like power action. Like let's say you can pump her range to 7 because of shield, whatever. And then you target like their big guy. And then you just carry her and hide her behind a wall or something, or you like molecule man around her. Then they can't. Now what are they gonna do? No, she gains immobile though.
Yeah.
Okay, so that means you would have to just barrier around her, or protect her, or or give her mastermind or something, just so that. God, that's crazy. They have to attack.
Put Lockjaw next to her.
Oh yeah. Well, they don't share keywords. It's gonna be hard.
Sure, we could figure that out.
She's Celebrity Sword.
Yeah,
he's Inhumans. But that's why. How do you cross them over? You can. Okay, you'd have to play. No, you can't, because how do you make Lockjaw into somebody's team unless you play double Steve?
Yeah,
and now
it's expensive. It's expensive.
It's expensive. No, if anything, you just have to just barrier her up.
Yeah,
make it a little harder. She also has a stop click, so that means that, like, damn, dude, that's
stop census. Really yeah,
I think she's really good.
All right. Who was the next one? Tommy, 23. This guy.
This is the one I was talking about. These kind of guys, right? Here we go.
So shape change when Maximoff succeeds and uses and succeeds, heal 1 click. So it's just trait shape change, which awesome, right? He's got hypersonic and then precision strike. When Tommy Maximoff hits with a close attack, hit characters immediately drops any held or unequips any equipment.
Dude, that's so good.
For 45 points.
Dude, that's so good, dude. 45 points. And he's a Mystics stop click, and he's 6 clicks, right? 6 clicks stop Mystics guy. It's a good thing that his stats are low, like 8, 10, 17, 2, or else he'd be busted.
Yeah, just dump a bunch of Perplex in now that we're back.
Yeah, right. but I'm saying is you have to like expend those resources on him. He doesn't have it.
Yes.
So, yeah.
All right. Let's see. 31. Power Broker. Let's look at these primes. So she starts with the Super Soldier Serum. So we'll go down and explain what that is.
I saw it, but for some reason I thought it wasn't there. But okay.
So it gives you willpower. If a character can already use willpower, instead increase the result of the willpower roll by 1.
Okay. Okay. I mean, that means you'd have to be. You know what? I guess you'd give it to like what power cosmic type of people.
Yeah.
Right, because how many people just have willpower? Period. Not many.
They gave it to a few in this set, but outside the set,
but like no, I'm talking about before.
Yeah, outside the set, not many.
Yeah, maybe in the future, but yeah, you'd have to give it to But then again, you're giving the
Is the plus one that
you're
good?
giving no, but you're giving and you're giving that equipment to an actual guy that could probably use a different equipment. So yeah, all right, it's not bad. But what would she do? She's 25 points. I know that's already good.
Power, give an adjacent friendly an injection token. When Power Broker uses willpower and succeeds, you may also remove an action token from each friendly character with an injection token. So that's cool.
Each friendly. Yeah, it's not bad. So so her willpower is on 4 through 6.
And then take it off a friendly character with the token, with injection token. So keep her back, just rolling willpower, send her out.
I just don't know for a prime. I don't know if she's worth the prime slot.
That's fair.
Because I think there's better primes, unless you really. I mean, her keywords are good for these types of things, right? Because she is like soldier spy. Like a lot of soldier teams now seem to be getting better.
I like it. All right, so Billy Maximoff.
See here, this is the other one.
Another one. Right here. Shape change, heal.
Yep, there it is.
One.
And he's perplexed. There it is.
Yep. And when Billy uses it, target a friendly character until your next turn. Effects can't be used on that character to replace die in their attack rolls.
That's really good. That's really good. So they can't prob you. That's good. Yeah. 45. Man, these like 45-point guys that have that's gonna be annoying, dude.
All right. Did I do this one? Yeah. No, I forgot. I skipped this one. All right, let's go back to Ravonna Renslayer. Probability control. Friendly characters that share a keyword within range and line of fire have safeguard opposing prob.
Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, she has prob, so of course we're going to look at her.
30 points. 18 defend.
Not bad.
All right, so did that one, and then I think we go to U.S. Agent, the other rare prime.
Yeah. I think this guy's good. This guy's really good.
All right. So he's got charge stealth. And when U.S. Agent uses charge, if he occupies hindering terrain, you do not half his speed.
That's really good. What's the U.S. Agent shield?
It's combat reflexes and +1.
Oh, okay.
So
he'll be a 21 up close.
Mm-hmm.
And he has charge stealth and he has willpower. So he'll get extra on his willpower. Yeah, this guy's solid, man. Jesus. Oh, and when he KOs someone,
he gets to choose flurry.
No. Yeah. No. It's not when it's when a friendly character is
KO'd. So go send.
You know what's good about that is if you're able to play like bystanders that can just die.
Yeah.
Then he just gets. Oh my god. Then you just give him flurry right off the top. Then he just has charge flurry.
Just go.
Oh. And then he gets exploit after that. Man, this guy could get crazy because if oh my lord, I just thought about this. Like if he's able to, and it's just within line of fire, so he could be in the back row, and he could, as long as he could see them.
Yeah.
That's really good because if you have a team that just has a bunch of characters that are up there, let's say you have like Medusa and like the Living Hair and like the Walking Woods and stuff like that, and they all just like die. And because all those things are kind of free, right? They don't really cost anything. He's just getting these for free.
Just powering up.
Dang, yeah, he's just loading up, dude. That's crazy. You know what's funny? I feel like this is it says consistently making the right decision to heat a battle, right? Mm-hmm. I feel like this is the super serum, not him.
Right?
Because like the flurry should give him battle fury, flurry, exploit, all that stuff. That's crazy.
It's a weird name for the power.
I actually thought the super serum was gonna do this, like this type of effect. Like you inject them and then they get this. Like
a stat boost or something, right?
Or like let's say when you put at the start of the game, when you start the game, choose one, and it's like one of these. Because the super serum will give you one of these effects or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But I just willpower is kind of like, right? It's kind of, it's called the super serum, super soldier serum, and it gives you willpower.
I feel like it's a waste of equipment.
Yeah.
If you're just giving willpower, right? Or +1.
Yeah. And not only that, but you're like also wasting your equipment slot on the guy.
Like I get Jakeem needs willpower, but This is not what he needs.
No. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, dude. Like, but that's cool. I mean, I think this guy's really good for sure. Oh man, this is like a prime worth looking at to play like really high. I mean, Jesus, he's able to have both too.
I like it.
Jeez. Okay.
And he's only 50 points. It's
yeah, dude, that's nuts, man.
Pretty good to build around.
Yeah.
All right. So let's move to. We did Billy, right? Mm-hmm. I think I skipped over Heist Nebula. All right, so she's one of the mission point ones. I know the mission points haven't been hugely successful, but for removing an unheld loot object, she gets 3 points, 65 points. Mm-hmm. She's got a decent dial up top, right? Charge, plasticity, stealth, precision strike, perplex. Yeah. Maybe.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait, let me just see. It says free remove an unequipped opposing equipment in your starting area from the game.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah. So like you could set it up with what do you call
Trader,
it?
the salvage dude.
Yeah. Trader, salvage.
Holy, the salvage guy. They're both pirates.
Mm-hmm. So that might be a really thing. Good.
That might be a thing. Dude, that's 6 points.
That's good. That's a good way to get started.
Dude, that's 6. And then it says when she hits what the but you like obviously you wouldn't do it strictly on this thing, but you just play other things that could get you
to build it up.
Like, you know, let's say you play like the Wrecking Crew guys.
Oh yeah.
When they get you get like you're already at 6. Yeah.
It's almost a third of the way there.
I'm in this guy. I'm in her. Charge, plasticity, stealth, and she can do some work. Precision strike, perplex. Jesus. All right, 7 clicks for 65 points. Wow. All right, I did not expect her to be that good.
There you go. All right. Yeah. So maybe mission points might be a thing now.
Yeah, 6 points right. If you do that, the salvage crew is a good way to do it too.
It's going to be difficult in modern, but silver and bronze.
Yeah. Oh my God, dude.
All right, let's move on to, was it regular? I think it's Prime Captain Carter. Prime Captain Carter, another kind of beat stick we got here. She starts with the shield. What's and the super soldier. The Captain Carter shield, the defend.
Okay, defend. Yeah, okay.
And then the soldier serum. Oh, yeah. When establishing theme teams, characters on your starting force with soldier, spy gain shield.
Oh my God, this is on my team now because I've been waiting for spy to be shield, and now we can do it because Chameleon can be a shield guy. Oh my God, yeah, right. Still sucks, but we're so close. We're getting so close. That's shield. That's spy. Oh my God, okay. That for team building, I think she's amazing. So in bronze, she could be really good. By the way, oh my God, she could be really good.
Yeah.
Okay, I have some ideas.
She's got invincible willpower, that special damage power, enhancement, leadership, and when Captain Carter uses and succeed, once this turn, a friendly character that has shield team ability may use it as free.
Wait, oh wow! She does 4 damage. What the? Wow. Okay, dude. So she has defend 19.
Yeah.
Okay, and she has willpower on 4 through. Okay. She's definitely a worthy prime. Good God, dude, look at those stats. Those are This is how you do a prime. If you're gonna pay 75 points for a prime of like this short of a dial for 75 points nowadays, this is how you do it.
She has a 35-point dial too.
What? Let me see.
She has a 35-point dial.
No way. Oh no. Okay, this is more my speed.
This
is more. Oh, like so she gives him +1 defense now.
Yep.
Oh,
so everyone else has a 19.
We're in.
Like she's good at full points, right? But the 35 point. Oh,
we're in. I'm in.
Build around her. And yeah. All right. And then after that, I think we're into the chases, right? Agatha.
Oh, right. Yeah. Oh, she's crazy, man.
100
You know,
points. It's
fucking,
a lot of points.
yeah, yeah. But what she does is crazy. Oh my god! So she comes with the Darkhold.
Which is
So she ignores
prob.
some
You
of
get
it.
to
That's
choose
really
prob,
good.
perplex, or outwit, right?
Yeah, but she uses 2 for this one. That's fucking nuts. So she's really good with this. Okay, so now let's take a look. So she ignores characters for targeting. Okay, solid. She has 7 range. Good.
Two
And
targets.
then she has power generate in Agatha square is more than 3 squares from your rune marker. Okay, that rune marker looks pretty nuts.
Other characters within 3 squares of her rune marker can't use powers.
Fucking A, dude. How
That's
are we doing this?
crazy.
How are we doing this? How are we doing this? She can kind of do it by doing the if you look at it was Agatha all along foot power. That's how she can kind of pull it off.
Yeah, bring him in.
Because she can move 4 for free and then make it from there. She has steel energy. She's mystic. She's 8 clicks. Like 100 points. She's really solid. Of course, she doesn't have any reducers, but man, if you can do that effect. All right, I have a question here. Her rune marker. Let's say she makes it in her square, and you're getting alpha'd.
Yeah.
What happens if like Sky Tyrant comes in?
So I would say he'd lose the flurry because you don't declare. You don't declare the flurry until you're about to attack, right?
Correct, because it's at the end of your move.
Yeah. So then he would just have a vanilla attack.
Oh, and then he can't leave. Right? He can't leave because if he hits, he has to.
That's his movement power, right?
That's his movement power. And he doesn't get the. Okay.
He wouldn't get this. He wouldn't get the power gem.
I think
or
it's
anything.
a trait. Yeah, you're right. He wouldn't get the he would get a +1 attack still, right? And +1. I'm sorry, he would get a +1 damage, but not
for the sharing the keywords.
You still get that but the +1 damage from the gem.
Yes,
but
yes.
You won't get the RC. You won't get the RCECCE thing. Yeah, man. That's pretty nuts. If they're within wow, if you can set this up correctly, you can screw somebody up hard, man. Because that means they're not gonna have any stop clicks and stuff. They're just gonna die.
Damn,
yeah. It's tough, right? Because it's 100 points. That's a lot. Number 2, it's a power action, so she has to port over there. Or, I guess the easiest thing what you would do is you would just go like TK her, and then she would port, and then you do it, and then you were within 3. Okay.
So tentative, 13 square range, right?
Kind of, yeah. Of course, with only 3 squares, they can kind of get around her. I think one of the ways to do it, you would have to combo her with that one Black Widow where they can't use improved targeting. Because if she has stealth, right? But if they're just outside of 3, they could just shoot her if they ignore hindering. But if you're in the smoke of that one Black Widow, they can't see her. They have to charge her. But will they even be able to charge her? Yeah, I guess they'd have to. Yeah, I guess they'd have to charge.
If they're outside of 3, they'll have charge.
Yeah,
but if they're inside of 3,
likely,
they won't.
Yeah, most likely they would. Oh my god! But then when they come in, they have nothing. They're just gonna come in vanilla. Ooh.
Against a 19.
That means if they have like super, let's say they have a precision strike, they don't have precision strike.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty nuts. This is definitely a team building like exercise in how to abuse this ability. She's also a celebrity.
Spider fam.
God, dude, it's like,
or she could be Lavarian, right?
Oh yeah, Lavarian. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Oh man, I like this. Okay. All right. That's something to take a look at.
All right.
Obviously in silver, she can also be a ID battery, but dude, she's doing pen blast with RCE. Why wouldn't you do that? She's doing 12 for 4, and they can't use defense powers if they have the rune.
Let's get aggressive.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Let's get aggressive.
Interesting.
All right.
So, note though. Hold on. Note that it affects your guys too. So she kind of has to be by herself. So even if you put the Black Widow next to her, she's not going to get reflexes and shit.
She's got to She got to OMA that
Yeah.
shit.
Well,
Or OW.
Wonder Woman.
OWA.
It's
There you go.
OW. Yeah.
OWA.
All right.
All right. We don't have 50 yet, but we do have 51 Loki. Let's see. Very just powers on the dial, couple traits. Steal energy.
This is the Frost Giant one. He's okay. I don't think he's that great.
Yeah. When he hits, give each character an action token. He's got plasticity. Jason opposing characters can only clear one action token instead of two. Like, he's got to get in there. I think he's just gonna die.
He's probably not. No,
probably just gonna die.
And remember, everything has to be with, like, if you just get exploited for a lot, you're dead.
Yeah, that happens. All right, Collector. This guy seems cool. All right, so if you have at least one of each rarity of common, uncommon, rare, super rare on your force, friendly characters modify damage +1.
I think that's pretty easy.
That's super easy. At the beginning of the game, if each character on your starting force is from a different Heroclix set, as long as the collector is on the map, friendly characters modify damage +1.
So it's interesting that the first one is an ongoing effect.
Yeah.
Whereas the second one triggers for the rest of the game as long as he's on the map.
Yes.
Meaning, if the other guys start getting KO'd, as long as this guy's still there, they get +1 damage. Where the top one can disappear if you lose.
If those conditions aren't met.
Yeah, that's interesting. Note that on the rarity thing, it doesn't say chase because he's the chase. Okay.
I caught that.
Sorry for that. This is another one of those team building exercises with this
25
guy
points,
because he has 25 points. I mean, he has perplex, that's solid, and he has a stop click super sense. Those are good.
Elders of the Universe.
Yeah, elders. Oh, dude, in bronze you could use that ATA, but not many people right now are playing like split lip and stuff.
It's true. All right, Gamora, daughter of Thanos, got big points and little points.
Yeah, it's probably this one, right?
Yeah. Once per turn, when Gamora, daughter of Thanos, rolls a single D6, she may re-roll it.
That's pretty good.
She got blades and willpower.
On the top click, does she have like senses or something?
Nope.
No. Okay. Because I was like, what else would you use? Oh, leadership. She could also use it for leadership maybe. Interesting. Okay.
So potentially leadership, blades, or willpower.
I don't know. I mean, she's at six clicks at 75. I don't think she's really worth it because she'll die.
Yeah.
It's too easy to kill her. This one, I think this guy's pretty good.
Sakarnian Iron Man. So this guy's got a long trait. I'll do my best to explain it. So at the beginning of the game, you may generate up to 3 standard objects anywhere on the map, at least 5 squares from the other. So you can do your own 3. On top of your own 3 objects, you get to play these 3 more coming in. When Sakarnian Armor picks up a standard object, you may instead place it on the card if less than 2 objects are on his card. Sakarnian Iron Man modifies his combat values by +1 for each standard object on his card. At the beginning of your turn, you may choose 1 standard speed or attack power for each of his card for each object on his card. When Sakarnian Iron Man would be dealt damage from an opponent's attack, you may remove a standard object from his card to take 1 unavoidable damage instead. He's got Outwit, Perplex, first 4 clicks.
Yeah, that's it. So this guy, he has a lot of options, and this is another one of those team building things. He's got good keywords. Obviously his numbers are pretty pedestrian, but if you have 2 objects on him, he's a 12 19 4 8 range. It's really good. And then he has willpower. Of course, he doesn't have any reducers, but if he removes the object instead of, he only takes 1 damage.
Yeah.
Instead, it'll be hard to get through, especially if you're able to constantly give him objects. He's gonna be hard to kill because it doesn't say anything about him not being able to heal. so he can always just choose like steal energy to come back up again, or you can heal him, or he can whatever, right? Um, do you remember that location bonus that makes objects? It's a New York Harbor.
Yeah.
That would be perfect for him because it's a free action to make an object in that square next to those orange crates. Yeah. And as long as he can have, because he's not equipped either, so as long as you can give him sidestep, he can just pick it up, and then now he has something to stop from dying, and also he can just choose next turn. I think that's something that's really good. I think there's an object here that I think might be the best object. I don't know if it's up here, but it gives sidestep.
Cloak of Levitation.
You know what it is? Is that the one?
Yep. Wing symbol, plasticity, sidestep. 5 points.
God. Oh my God. Does Iron Man fly? Or no? If he doesn't, then this is
he does not.
Really... Okay, then this is perfect. Because he now flies in his sidestep. So he sidestep for 5 points. He can now pick up an object basically anytime. And put it on his. Oh my gosh, dude, that's gonna be. Yeah, this guy has some work. This guy definitely has some stuff.
Dude, he could do it 2 of them in 1 turn.
Yeah, if you and then now you're like good luck trying to hit him.
Power pick, yeah.
Yeah. So that New York Harbor will be the perfect map for this guy. I don't know what it's called, but I do know that if you're on that map, that's what it is. But if the constellation, I think you just make 3 extra objects. So
you get total of like 9, right? If you play your 3, his 3, and then the 3 from the map.
Oh, he just makes 3. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I totally forgot about that. Oh yeah. So there, dude, he could just constantly oh my God, dude, this is gonna be. I think this guy's awesome. I think this guy's really fun to play. I think because he's also not gonna die.
Yeah, for 50 points, like you should be able to build around him very well.
Easy, right, dude? Check it out. As long as you have the 2 objects on turn 1, it's perfect because now you can't get tyranted.
Motherfucking Sky Tyrant.
What? Sky Tyrant, I took 2. What now? He did nothing. So this is a similar like Undying Tech kind of guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because that's Clix. Ooh.
And then, say your opponent gets the wise idea to start blowing your objects up. Like, that's fine. Take your actions. I'm just going to come over and smack you because you didn't hit me. I mean,
it's going to be tough because you can, as long as they're just 5 of each other, you could just put them on your side of like by your starting area almost, just within 5. That's funny, dude. Okay, that's good. This guy's something to look at for sure.
All right. Next one is Ultron Infinity.
This guy's nuts.
So this is the big baddie from the What If series.
What If? Yep.
So he's got stealth. At the beginning of the game, each opponent must give an infinity token to 6 distinct characters on their starting force. If they have less than 6, excess tokens may be given to 1 or more characters. When Ultron Infinity must be.
Remember, must be given. Maybe be given is different.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
When Ultron Infinity hits 1 or more character with an Infinity Gem token, instead of normal damage, you may choose to remove 1 hit character's Infinity Gem token to roll a d6 to gain mission points equal to the result.
Oh my God. Instead of normal damage, you may choose to remove 1 hit characters. That's cool because he has energy explosion, so he can hit like multiple people.
Make sure you get it.
So he can like choose 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
When hits 1 or more, instead of normal damage, you may choose it. Yeah, that's pretty good. The one where you start with 6 and then you just hit 1 guy? You could be like at 10 on like turn 2, like right away. Of course, like he's 125 points, right? There's like, that's really hard. But I think it's funny that you can be at like possible 10 on like turn 2.
Oh, dude, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah. And who knows what else, because like that Nebula was like 65 and he's 125, so that's 190, and then the trader is 250. So you're at 240 just for those 3 people. Who knows? But I think that's funny. just don't die before.
Just don't
just,
die.
just hopefully you don't get tyranted with this guy.
And you don't roll ones.
Oh, I know. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay. And then go ahead. And then I think what was the one you were looking at now?
Cap's the next one. He seems a little
Oh,
lackluster.
this is the Falcon one, right?
Yeah. He's
What's
kind of beefy
Redwing
up top. Well, he's going to come in at 13 for 5. That's not bad, but it's for 125 points.
That's a lot. But it's a full. Oh yeah, Hypersonic's back. What's a Redwing do?
Redwing. So the effect is free once per game. Generate a Redwing bystander, and there's a separate sentence with the free. It says remove a Redwing light object held by this character from the game. If you do this turn, this character may activate the free action to generate the Redwing bystander, regardless of the once per turn restriction.
Okay, wait. Once per game, generate. Okay, free. Remove a random held by this character from the game. If you do this turn, this character may activate free. And okay. What's the Redwing bystander do?
It's hypersonic, precision, super senses, and outwit.
When Redwing is KO, generate a. Okay. Oh, that's cool. So when it dies, you can do it again.
It's like back to life, buddy. And I think we looked at all the objects except for Tesseract. Phasing, once character uses it, can use probability control until your next turn. 5 points. Seems okay.
All right. Before we go to, I think you missed one big one. I think this is something to illustrate where they're starting to go to. Look up Batroc. This is crazy if this is the norm. Look how many points he is.
30. Oh. Yeah.
Look how many clicks.
6 for 30, and he's 13 for
12
3.
12 for 3 charge.
12 for 3, yeah.
12 for 3. 12 Oof. For 3.
Dang.
30 points. And he gets flurry in the back. This guy, if this is any kind of indication of where they're going, anything like this is crazy. His numbers are insanely high too. 18s and 17s with reflexes and 11s and 10s. Normally they're going to be lower because he's low points. No way.
I would think it would just be the first 3 clicks.
Dude, yeah, and he gave him 3 more in the back.
Oh my God.
So right. This is the first thing I like for sure. If you're pulling this guy in sealed, you're playing this guy. Because 30 points for 6 clicks, why not?
Good.
This guy. So that's something. All right, let's look at the Watcher, right? That's the one that from down there.
Yeah.
It's from the starter set.
Here.
The $70 starter set.
Fuck.
Jesus. Wow, look at this.
All right. The Watcher's lines of fire are never blocked. At the beginning of your turn, you may turn the Watcher's dial to any click.
Yeah.
So what click do you turn him to?
That's good. This guy's really good. Jesus, dude. Wow. So he goes from a TK outwit, TK perplex to defend those. I like the risk of you're 20. Well, why don't you just go to click 5 or 6 because you get it all. You get TK perplex and defend, or TK defend and outwit. Whereas on the first, you only get 2 out of 3. But the risk is you get maggot, you're dead.
Maggot.
So they're gonna be like, yeah, you like my 20 defend on everyone? Cool. All right, I'm gonna run up to you and then I'm gonna make this worm and then you're gonna die. So that is interesting to see where people put this guy at on the Clix. I think this guy's cool. He definitely has some team building. Not only team building capabilities or applications, but your strategy and tactics of in-game. That's really good design because it gives you you really have to decide, do I want that 28 defend or do I just stay on the first couple clicks and I don't die?
Yeah.
So I think this guy's definitely good. I mean, his line of fire is never blocked. Fuck, dude.
So definitely, I know a year ago when we were talking about the new set with the new Wonder Woman set, and we were concerned that they were taking away choices from us as players. I definitely feel like this Marvel set has brought in a lot more choices for us to utilize.
Also, well, one of those things, just as like a byproduct of including it is perplex. Now that they're including perplex, you actually have to decide what you want to perplex. I think something with that guy, it's to note, it says lines of fire never blocked, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you gave him the liar ring, is that the one that gives mind control?
I believe so. Yes. 10 range, right?
If you just give him mind control, he just mind control, right? 10 range, and it's nothing's blocked.
Jeez.
Does that work?
I think so. Let's see. The liar. Mind control. Yeah, just might affect mind control. Character's minimum range value needs mind control outwit is 10.
Oh, and outwit?
When using mind control or outwit, and or perplex.
So
this is perfect for him.
So not only can he outwit them from anywhere, basically, as long as he's within 10, he can also perplex. Okay.
Jeez.
That's okay. Well, we got something there. We definitely have something there.
So 45 points and go.
Oh my god, I know, right? Oh jeez. Okay. So that all of that we don't know still the full set, right? Because I think we're missing a couple. But at least we know,
it's majority of it.
I really like, for just, if you want to look at just the value for what he does, I think offensively, like, US Agent's pretty nuts, right? He's crazy, especially if some people start dying on your side. I really like is it Captain Carter that makes the spies and soldier into shield?
Yeah, the 35-point
that one right there. Oh man, that's I'm gonna definitely look at that for bronze, because I have some crazy ideas for that to work, because before I couldn't do it, now I can. Oh my god, I'm so excited. But I think the sets should be really fun to play. They brought back Invincible, Hyper, and Perplex.
Yeah, all the good stuff. Shape change.
Did they? Yeah, shape. Well,
they brought back shape change
before, but they didn't have them before. Did they take out anything that you've seen? Barrier? I don't remember seeing barrier in any of the powers. It looks to me they benched it. I don't remember seeing anyone with barrier in any of those, but that's interesting, right? And also smoke. That's interesting how I like that they don't have to announce what they're taking out. They're just doing it.
There's a Loki with barrier.
There's a Loki.
It's mid dial.
But nothing up top.
Not from
either.
Not from my quick view.
I'm trying to think. Is there leap climb? No, leap climb was already.
There's some leap climb, I think.
Okay.
I think I saw some of that leap climb.
Anything, because I know if they want to keep it quote unquote simple, so that people don't get overwhelmed, they should always be rotating out X amount of powers and then rotating them in.
And that makes sense, right?
Yeah. So that if that's how they want to do it, because like to me, right, they just added those 3, so then they should probably take out 3 other ones. But if you say, if Smoke and Barrier are there, then I get, because I thought Smoke and Barrier would be the ones that would be gone.
Like it seems like just one figure with some mid-dial barrier, to be honest.
Okay, that's it. Yeah, and it's mid-dial too, so it's probably not even that much. Because I think they kind of know how crazy barrier is.
There's been enough pieces with it.
Yeah, it's especially if it starts to get free. But okay, so the next topic here is I played at the Lady Phoenix tournament. It was our bronze event. It was at Atomic Comics. There were 10 players there. The Baragons, after months of not being around, they showed up, and it was cool. They finally got to play again.
Nice.
So you can see I played a mystical team. You can see it there. 2 black cards: Doctor Strange, Felix Faust, Tri-Sentinel, Wendigo, Witch, the Zero Ring. And then the sideline was a mixture of the Trouble Alerts and the Recruiter guys. But the Recruiter guys that I had were 2 Wendigos and the Ghost Rider from Captain America and Avengers, the 70.1 that has RAM. Yeah. Because now with that RAM actually is much better, because he can ram for 4 damage exploit to everyone, whereas before you couldn't do that. Yeah, and then he gives like the fire marker to somebody. But I also had the Deadpool, the Jeff Deadpool, and then the and this one, like I think this guy's just so gross, because this is how I was able to get like Jose when I played against Secret Six, because Secret Six is hard to fight, was the Destroyer Prime. The Destroyer Prime. Oh, that's why I did it. I didn't put Doppelganger Prime on the team because I had that as my recruiter just in case. But I needed the Destroyer Prime is so much better because when you get Tyranted and he has a power gem or whatever, and then you get hit twice, you do get to roll twice, correct? Look at Destroyer real quick. I have to see, but I do know I get 2 tokens, so I could got him quite easily.
So if the Destroyer is on your silent, if the equipped character after resolutions, give the Destroyer a Seeker token and roll a d6, adding the number of Seeker tokens to the result.
All right, so it says if the Destroyer on an opposing character damages a friendly character with an attack. So a flurry, I'm getting damaged twice, right?
Mm-hmm.
After resolutions, it triggers twice, so you get 1 token roll and then token roll, right?
So you roll for the 1 token and then you roll for the second token.
Yeah. So the first one you'll roll with the +1, and the next one you get to roll with the +2. Right? Because it doesn't say. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Okay. Because he flurried me. It didn't matter because I got on the first roll.
Yeah. It seems.
So I got it on a 5
good.
or 6. It's actually I think it's on a 4, 5, or 6. It's crazy. I'm sorry. A 5 or 6 on the first one, and then the second one's a 4, 5, 6. So I got it on the first one. I rolled a 5 or 6. But anyway, it's bronze, so there's a lot of crazy things going on there. Like, as we know what the top teams are, we know the Animals, and by the way, the Animals got top 4.
Hey,
the same list, top 4, and it was by someone who doesn't play, barely plays. And Alyssa beat him to meet me in the finals, barely, that close.
Ooh.
It went. We had to kill, I think, Hamurai to win, because she only had Wonder Woman left, but she did have Grodd and Samurai from coming in, the troublemaker guys, and he had Hamurai and someone else. So she had to kill Hamurai, and she did. But there were Jason teams, because we basically know, right, what the format looks like. It's just monsters, Jason type teams, because there was a Jason of Sparta team, 2 of them there, but one of them was Alyssa's with it's a warrior theme with the Gamora that has, when she hits you have no defense.
Ooh.
Yeah, the Prime. And then the other one was Anthony played a Jason Wingard, so it's a Jason with Jason Wingard, and Black Leopard. So it's similar to what
they were playing up in North.
Yeah, what was it?
Paul was playing the Jasons.
No, it's similar to that. Yeah, but we obviously talked about this already, so this is why mad props, because I was like, hey Jeff, I need to sidestep to pick up stuff, whatever, because my team was different. I had Black Witch Forest and the Magician of Black Chaos. I was trying to get this little combo tricks, but I was like, no, I have no answer for Jason of Sparta. So I was like, but there is one answer, is try Sentinel. But if I lose map, how do I do it? So and this happened twice, and it was over in 2 turns. It was disgusting, dude. I had to put 0 ring, and I put the witch, and then I was like, I need to sidestep over to bring it onto Faust. Not because originally I was putting Tri-Sentinel to doing it, but Tri-Sentinel is the one that needs to shoot. So the real trick I do is, I move with the witch, sidestep, bring it back, give it to Faust. And this is the kind of to me, the extra next level type of thinking when you're playing in tournaments that kind of puts you over the top, because I already planned what I expected to see in the meta, and I kind of built it around it. That's why I put Destroyer Prime instead of Doppelganger, and I put Witch instead of that BS, and I put the 0 ring and this, whatever. So put on Faust ports over 4 squares, and then he has 8 squares to put the barrier, and then Tri-Sentinel sidesteps and shoots it. Well, the Jason team has to move up, right? Because they can't get up. They can't unless they move up.
Yeah.
Well, what happens is you move up, and you think there's nothing around you, and then I do what I do, and then I put the barrier in front of Jason and everyone, and then the Tri-Sentinel sidesteps, and shoots the marker, everybody takes one. Guess what? Now the aura is gone from Jason, and then now there's Blackheart shooting, or worse. And this is how it was done, because I was able to, because I have 2 Blackhearts, so I get one of the leaderships. Charge with the Hellfire Guard demon.
Oh, jeez.
They kill something and then sacrifice it, and then Blackheart running shots, energy explosion, bam, it's penetrating, everybody just dies. On top of everybody taking 1 damage, right? And then if it's close enough, they all have wounded tokens, the Wendigo just moves.
Oh my god. Yeah.
And then when he moves, you just start attacking, and then you sidestep, and then you just boom, boom, boom. You can, like, it's pretty brutal that you could do that. But
sounds very effective.
I was able to do a lot of little tricks like that, and even like when it would go longer, Tri-Sentinel would just pulse wave. Oh man, it was pretty gross. Like I did one of the moves. So that's why I was asking about the tank. I don't know if I asked you about the tank, but Jose tanked me.
Yeah.
He tanked me, and I got I in one turn after I got Tyranted and then like hit with Giganta, whatever, I lost a Wendigo, a Felix Faust, and a Doctor Strange on like turn two. But
still have black hearts.
Because what happened, here comes Destroyer, and I have my black hearts on a Tri-Sentinel. So I did my move, came in there with the Hellfire Guard, flurry somebody on his back line, did the free action, Blackheart, energy explosion, just everybody just hit, and then I retailed with the Tri-Sentinel, explode everyone, and then like basically not only at the end, so at the end of that turn it was like it was only a Giganta, a Thug, and like a second click Scarab left, but he had 2 tokens, so he couldn't do anything. Like Commissioner died, everything, and then he was on the elevated, so Brainiac is there to roll. They take action tokens, so they're like all push right, and then other side of the map, Destroyer just like one shot Tyrant, cool. Next turn clears, Destroyer, boom, one shots Tyrant again. He takes now he has no revival tokens, and then there's a Blackheart, kill him, and he's dead. So that's kind of just like destroy the Secret Six because of
the Destroyer Prime.
Really, the Destroyer, man. Oh my god. Because if not, then I have to deal with Sky Tyrant again, because if he goes back to click 7, he still has the full move charge flurry thing. But after that, it's just gone. And then there were like, obviously, Captain Marvel Prime is really good. Marvel. There was an X-Men Recon Revival team, and then I played Alyssa in the finals, and I was like, look, I'll give you the win. Just let me get the Phoenix, because like already know. No, I want to play. I was like, no, dude, we're gonna go get some food or whatever. And then she's like, no, I want to play for the Phoenix. I was like, all right, well, now you get nothing, because you already know what's gonna happen.
Fuck.
And she's like, no, but at least I'll earn it. I'm like, okay, fine, yeah, if you want to play, I respect that. So this one, because now I know what she actually does on the turn.
Yeah.
And like when I play, like I'll do my moves, I'll do my things, but like I'm not gonna show everything in the Swiss rounds. When we go in the top, then I'm gonna really show like what the team can do, because you do enough to get there, and then when you get there, then that's when you go. Especially if you know what they're gonna do. So this one, whereas when we played the first time, because I didn't know what she was gonna do, I think we went like 4 turns. This one, after turn 2, this one was my turn 1. I did my thing. Her turn 1.
Yeah.
My turn 2. I think at the end of turn 2, it was only Wonder Woman left, and then she conceded on her turn 2, because I was like, now can we get food? I'm like, well, you could have got the win and got this, but now I get the win and I get the Lady Phoenix.
Damn.
So I was like, hey, look, we're trying to make this deal so we could leave, but I'm like, whatever. It took an extra 10 minutes.
Like, I tried to compromise with you.
Yeah, I was like, hey, come on, we know what's gonna happen. you can't, it's like, but I mean, look, it was cool. She wanted to play. She wanted, like, I get it. She's like, I will make you play me every time. I'm like, okay. I mean, trying to do some splits here, but if you don't want to, that's fine. So,
damn, get it.
It was funny. You're like, okay, now we can go. And then we went to go eat at Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, and it was like the worst service, worst first impression for them ever. And I felt bad because like I recommended it, and we all went there, and it was the worst.
I hate when that happens.
It was bad, dude. Like we didn't get our drinks, and it was just basically ordered water. Then nothing came. We didn't get silverware. They didn't have fries. They didn't have coleslaw. They didn't have whatever, and they didn't bring out like all order waffles. Only one waffle came out. It was just like
how do you not have French fries,
dude? Luckily, like the manager came by and was like, I'm sorry for the bad service because like we didn't even complain. She just saw that it was bad.
Yeah.
And then she actually came over and like, I'm gonna take care of this. I was like, okay, thank you.
Fuck, at least the manager was attentive.
Exactly. And she goes, check. And I was like, check this out though. She's like, oh, he said we don't have coleslaw. We have coleslaw. I don't know why he said you don't have any. So she came because like they didn't want their coleslaw like the three of them, like Jose, Anthony, and Calista. So I said, you know what? Instead of like not giving it to them, just pack it in a little to-go thing and I'll take it. It's better than not giving us that because like, they're paying for it. And then he came back and was like, oh yeah, we don't have any coleslaw anyway. And she's like, yeah, we do. So she came back with like a bunch of coleslaw. And then
there you go.
I was like, dude, what the hell? And then they didn't give like Anthony his waffle, even though. And then we look on the thing and because he wanted a waffle for his, so like they charged us for that waffle, but he didn't get it. So it was like, can you just take it off? Yeah, it was bad, dude. Because it was WonderCon too that weekend, so we went to WonderCon.
Oh yeah, you got to tell us about your WonderCon event.
Yeah, it was cool. I mean, it was during that time, like there was sealed during that day, so we had like I think like 9 or 10 people there. But I was playing in the tournament, and then at night we had like the WonderCon championship, which Anthony won with the Jason team.
Nice.
And the day before it was a theme team tournament, but there was only a couple people there, and Alyssa won that one. And it was pretty cool. It was kind of disappointing that like WonderCon wasn't very
wonderful.
It wasn't popping at all. Yeah, it wasn't wonderful at all. It was like it felt very depressing to me.
Damn.
That it's supposed to be this big, lot of people, whatever, and there was like barely anyone there. And the floor was like empty, man. Like not only I was expecting to be full shoulder to shoulder with people, not only that, but like the vendors and the exhibitors, it didn't fill up the floor. Like there was so much empty space. They allotted so much space for the vendors and exhibitors, but they could have probably cut down like one room and put everybody in the smaller, but because I think they expected more, it was like way more spaced out, which is kind of cool because it's spacious, but also it's like, man, we're walking all the way over there for no reason when there's no one over there except for like this.
When they planned it out, they probably still had all these COVID restrictions and just didn't care to change
it.
Yeah,
for sure. If I'm a vendor there, I'm probably just like, I don't know if I want to do this again because, let's say, I don't know how many, let's say they're expecting like, just to be conservative because it's WonderCon, it's supposed to be a lot. Let's say it's 75,000 people supposed to be there.
That's a lot of people.
If for that weekend, if only 40,000 were there, that's 35,000 people less there. And that's how much more money that's not being spent from those 35,000 people.
It's a lot of people.
And the vendors that were there had to pay money.
Yeah, right? Those booths aren't cheap.
Yeah, exactly. So then if they're getting that hit, like they're just like, it was pretty sad. I mean, it was cool because we got to see everything. But then again, because it was so small, relatively speaking, we saw everything in like a day.
It didn't take long.
Yeah. But for me, it was cool because it was free. I got free badges because we were running the gaming area. So the gaming area was how we were running. We had the gaming, there's the gaming section on the floor. And then when they close at 7, the gaming moves to the Hilton, which is next door. So, and that goes on until midnight. So we were there and then you could play whatever. So we had that. So it was pretty cool. And then obviously down in the lobby, everybody's just, mingling and, just like socializing. You could see all the cool cosplay. And good God, there must have been probably like 20 Lokis of all
different variants.
Dude, it's crazy. Like all of them there. It was crazy, man. I was like, dude, there's so many Lokis down here. just so many of them. But it was cool to see all the different and like the different takes on the Lokis too. So it'll be like a Loki from like how like a female Loki would look from the Victorian era. You know, kind of like how they meld it together. It's kind of cool. I like seeing that. That was pretty fun to see stuff like that. Or like steampunk Loki.
Ooh, there you go.
You know, like things like that. So I thought those are really those are the ones that I like when they're like really creative, instead of taking, because I think it's very easy to just buy the costume of like a standard Loki and just go be there. But to actually think of like steampunk Loki, Victorian era Loki, you actually have to be creative and make your costume from that era. And I think that's
the original.
Really cool. And you know how I know that was really good? Because a lot of them, there was like a group of like 5 of them that all had ribbons, and they all won
sick
prizes for the costume contest, or the masquerade ball. Sorry. So that was fun. We're gonna do it again next year, obviously, because if it's gonna be in Anaheim, I mean that's just down the street. But I guess the last thing we're gonna talk about is Silver Age and Bronze with tarot cards. What are your thoughts?
Well, just I always look at it as the older back you get, the more powerful things can become, the better combos you can get. So obviously they'll be more potent with the older figures, or there's a more chance of being more potent with older figures. Like I said, we're just gonna have to see how it plays until it doesn't work.
So initially I think for sure in silver it's probably going to stick around, because I know Howard doesn't want to undermine them, because it's something new that just came out and they want it in the game. And if he wants it out, if he takes it out, it kind of like undermines them, because they want it in the game. Now there is, obviously, you can see there's like kind of like a groundswell of people kind of complaining about it. So, but of course we don't know how it's going to play yet. So I think, just kind of wait and see. Now, from this aspect of the game, I think we need to really, really pay attention to. There's so much to keep track of already in the game, with the various sideline effects and the equipment and all these different things. And especially in Silver Age, when you have ID cards. And in Bronze, we have terrains, we have entities, whatever. Now you have to also keep track of tarot cards on top of all that. It's crazy. So this weekend we had a Silver Age practice event. Mm-hmm. And it kind of took a while for them just to set up and figure out what beginning game effects, ID cards, which guys are going to go into ID cards, like all that took a while. And I was just thinking, man, if there are tarot cards on top of that too, they're going to also be doing that on top of like all the beginning of turn effects, and I'm going to call this guy in and all that stuff. And I'm like, man, that's I think that would be, if there was going to be a main reason other than the fact that it's too crazy, is just the amount of tracking that you have to do, especially if they want to make it easier. I keep using that word. You keep using that word. I don't think it means what it think it means. You ever watch the Princess Bride one?
Yes.
Where he says that to him? Inconceivable. I'm like, no, they keep using the word like easier. And it's like, no, this is not. I don't think you guys are using it right, because this is not easier. It's more complicated.
Definitely.
I think that. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, especially with 78 new game elements, like individual things coming in, that's bigger than like the set,
do,
right?
Man. Now, on the other hand, we could also say, well, that's just the price of playing competitive.
Yeah.
Because if you're playing casual, you don't have to play ID cards. You don't have to play these. You can do whatever you want. Battle Royals, you don't have to do that. Fine. And the price of playing competitive is just this. I'm like, you know what? Okay. But from a logistical standpoint, the amount of time that it's going to take to set up beginning of game shit and beginning of turn stuff versus actually playing the game, you're going to have to like extend the time to just
take like
straight
15 minutes to set up.
Yeah, but also like beginning of turn stuff, all the beginning of turn effects, because you also have to do beginning of turn tarot cards. So all that just takes a long time.
It slows the gameplay down.
Yes, I think, and I remember for us, remember that's kind of why we took out resources, and that's why we took out ID cards to begin with. And I always point to why they took out BFCs and ID cards in the first place. They stopped doing it because the BFCs were just too. To me, it was like too random, and it was too effective. It affected the actual game too much.
Okay.
And of course, people just didn't. It was like too. I don't know. I guess it would say too powerful, but it too impactful. Like you can like win or lose based off of a BFC. Now, the BFC was for the whole game. The tarot card is only for a turn, so there is a distinction there. So let's we definitely have to address and acknowledge that there is a difference between a BFC for the whole game, which really screws you up, and a tarot card just for the turn. So there is that. For the ID cards, they stopped doing them. They literally stopped doing them for like 3-4 years. Why? Because it got too degenerate.
Yeah.
You know, like that's regardless of like what they will say. The fact is, and if it was not true, they would still have ID cards, correct? Think about it like this. If equipment was too stupid, too dumb, too impactful, they would stop making it, correct?
100%. And they did.
They have not stopped making it. So that means it's a good thing. So that's why they keep doing it. They stopped making ID cards because it didn't work out how they wanted it to work out because of the change of the rules. Because of the change of the rules, they had to change the rules of the ID cards. Remember, because we have phases now, you can't be given like actions at the beginning of the turn anymore, so to speak. So they had to change it to where like, look, there's no more beginning of the turn power action. You just do it now, anytime. That's number one. And number two, you can do it now even if you have an action token. Or heck, even if you have colossal stamina, you can still do it.
Still push, yeah.
Because of that, it kind of warped what their intent of the ID cards were supposed to be. So they had to stop doing it. And if it comes back in another form, like let's say Recruiter, now they have a more balanced version of it, like giving up those points right away. Whereas before it was just 5 points. So because of all of those factors, I think the ID cards are bad. Because they're not how they're meant to be. They're not being played how they're meant to be played. You know, remember when they first made it, you had to have no action tokens, and it had to be at the beginning of the turn.
Yeah, it was. You had to set it up.
Those were heavy. Yeah, those heavy costs and heavy restrictions for you, requirements for you to do. When they took those off, and there was no restrictions, wow. Then it kind of worked with how it was to be. Exactly. So if they somehow brought that back, I think it would be okay. Like I've always said that if they brought back those old rules with this, maybe if they said something like your first costed action has to be your ID card.
Yes.
And you need to have no action tokens. I think it's perfectly fine. I think it would be welcomed, and I think we could play them again. Because having no action tokens and having your first costed action having to be that prevents bullshit like Samcap.
Yes.
Because you can't just move across the map and call in right away. Because there is no free move that you can just do as a free action 14 squares or whatever. There's just none. Like most of the things that do that, it's like half your move. So, you know, but even if you do that, that usually costs an action, a costed action for you to do that, which now means you can't call in the ID card. So if they did that, if they ported those rules over to this, I think it would be fine. It would be like, we don't have to do anything. It'd be fine. But, you know, I guess we'll wait and see what it looks like. But I think when people start seeing how stupid these things are, because I've been testing, been playing, it gets pretty dumb. Let me tell you, it gets pretty dumb.
We got silver practice this Wednesday. I'm excited.
Oh, dude, if I'm gonna go play, I'm gonna go somewhere to play. Like, I'm gonna show how stupid things get, dude. Show how stupid things get. So, things are about to get stupid. Okay. Now the last thing I wanted to talk about, it's kind of segue into this, is there is, obviously one of the complaints about playing in a competitive tournament, just in general, is, people say always, what's the saying? You pay
Pay to play.
Pay to win. Pay to win.
Yeah.
Pay to play, whatever. Pay to win.
Play to win.
You can't win unless you pay this much money to buy these expensive pieces. And because of that, it's like, well, that's the barrier for trying to play competitive. I'm like, okay, yes, but what are your thoughts on that argument?
Every game that I played in, it's expensive to play competitively. You're gonna want to get the best of the best. You're not gonna win worlds, or you're not gonna win your WKO with run of the mill random hero, like your theme commons, right? Like you're probably gonna need that Venom Magneto, which is stupid expensive right now, right? Like he's on you're gonna need black hearts. You're gonna need the Hellfire guards to go with the black hearts, right? Because you need to bring those guys in. Those guys aren't cheap either. Like, yes, it's a pay to play and it's a pay to win, because you're gonna need, like, there's a threshold that you need to be able to compete in the competitive format. Like, you can't, like, okay, say your favorite piece is Blackheart, sure, that's great. But if your favorite piece is Hulk, right now there's no competitive Hulk. You're not going to win with Hulk.
Yeah. So I think that the main thing with that is, I don't like that. That's a choice. That's a choice. If you want to play, what do you want? But I think the argument is you can't be successful unless you pay these extravagant prices for these pieces. Now that's I'm gonna give this little example. Any game in general, like you said, if you want to be successful at the highest level, remember, anyone can try to play in a competitive tournament. Anyone can try to enter a competitive jiu-jitsu tournament. Anyway, aside from the skill, whatever, but there are prerequisites. So for Heroclix, Magic, whatever, you need to have the cards and the pieces to be there successful. And whether or not you agree with it's too expensive or not, it doesn't matter. It's just what it is. If you need that Venom Magneto to be successful, you need that Blackheart, you need that Sky Tyrant, and you don't have it, guess what? You're going to need to have the resources to get it. And most of the time, that's money. Inaccessible, that's tough shit. That's just life. You know what I mean? So like, it's not a thing that, to me, is arguable. You can't argue when it comes to competitive play and success. It's just a prerequisite. You have to have these to be successful. If you don't want to put that money out and you're still going to complain about, like, well, I just can't play complete. Well, you know what? Sorry, that's just what it is. Like, whether or not it's fair, whether or not it should be, doesn't matter. Yeah. The only thing that matters is it is that.
You got to have those pieces.
You got to have those pieces.
Whether you're borrowing it, whether you're buying it. Like if you have a great community that's letting you borrow stuff, like that's awesome. Like you still have access to it, right?
And if you think that, well, that's why we can't, that's why there's a barrier for people to play. Well, sorry. Sometimes that's what it is. Like, if you want to be good at chess, you have to be good. You have to be smart. And if you're not, you can't complain that, well, the game's too hard. So that's why not many people play that game. Like, well, yeah, that's what it is. Sorry. It's just what it is, and I think that when you go to that argument of the pay to win, I think that's very lazy. And not only is it lazy, but it's also irrelevant, because I think they're just complaining that they just don't have access to it. You know what I mean?
In anything competitive, you're gonna get the best of the best. You're gonna get the things that make that meld together the best, that have the most cohesiveness, whether you're building like a NASCAR engine or you're buying running shoes when you're running on the track, right? You're going to get the best.
Yeah. And, what it boils down to is there are prerequisites for success in anything you do. And if you don't meet those requirements, those prerequisites, there's no amount of complaining that'll change that, because that's just the truth or the fact. That's just how it is. We don't, like I was telling you, we don't live like in a utopian society, socialist society, where like everybody gets access to everything. That's just not, whether or not we should is a whole nother thing, and it doesn't matter in this thing. It's just, this is what it is right now. And whether or not we should change it, that's a whole nother argument. This is just what we're going with right now, what it is.
And it's a collectible game. There's chases that are more rare. There's super rares that are a little less rare. Like it's a flow.
Yeah.
It's a flow chart.
That's that is something that I think it's just something you just have to accept. It's what it is. You know what I mean? Like, if I can't go to an event and play a bunch of commons and win, like, I can't complain that, I can't believe I lost because they all had the best pieces. Yeah, that's why. That's why they're successful. They have the best pieces. That's just what it is, But, I think that's just something that it's always going to be. It's always going to be the cyclical argument that people are going to have. We just, it's just like, whatever. It is what it is, right? I hate saying that, but it is what it is. Like that's just, it is.
It's a way of life.
And there's really nothing we can. Yeah, it's just like there's nothing we can really do about it. But just,
you can't always.
You kind of have to work with it. Yeah, you just got to work with it, right? And if you don't, it's like, if you don't want to adapt to it, then then that's on you. So, but well, I think that's something that will always be. Like I said, it's always going to be. People are always going to bring that up whenever things get a little out of hand, especially like Venom Magneto being so expensive, or whatever the next piece is, or whatever it is, like whatever. I don't even worry about that anymore. It's just, I just accept it now.
It's a collectible game that has cool figures in it that people like a lot.
Yeah.
And if the game was,
and if it wasn't collectible, then I don't think it would be quite as successful.
No,
because
nobody would care.
We could all get it. Yeah, we could all get it. So whatever, who cares?
Because then everyone would play the same team. Like, that's what makes the variety different.
Yeah, that's true. So, all right. Well, I mean, that's the little discussion we had right there. Is there anything else you want to talk about? All right. Well, I guess that's what it's going to be for this. That concludes the podcast, right? We have rock stuff coming up, so we'll be talking about that as we get closer to the events, because they're starting next week.
Ooh.
So we should see some cool teams.
We'll see
which IDs. We'll see what IDs are, and then we'll be going over those. I think we should go over that next time, like the top IDs and stuff.
Okay.
Because I think, a lot of people are kind of wondering, like, what are the best things? If you look right now, there's no ID cards up on eBay right now. Like, all the top ones are gone. Like, try to find like a Batman, Superman, Shang-Chi, Flash. Like, there's
gone.
They're all gone. So I'm like, I have some, but I'm trying to wait to see like how much I should be charging.
Everything
for them,
settles out.
I sold some, but they were buying them like quite easily. Like, I think I was selling Shang-Chi I sold the Shang-Chi for 15. It's a Connolly. Yeah. I feel like that's gonna be a lot. Flash I sold for 10, and I sold a Batman for 10, a Superman for 10. I think all those are gonna be like staples.
Yeah.
So those are gonna be
Wolverine.
Green Arrow 2 for 10. Oh my God, Green Arrow.
What's
the Wolverine's gonna be a little different because the Wolverines are rare.
Yeah.
That's like, it's basically a super rare, right? So the common ones are easier to get, but then those are probably the ones that are gonna be played more. I feel, because like, remember, there's that 10-point Superman that you could play.
Yeah.
And he gives Invincible. Oh man, for 10, for 5 points, they give Invincible for my whole team, and it's just a 10-point guy. 10-point guy.
And it says F your poison maggot.
Yeah, that's crazy. So, all right,
we'll get into that next time, guys.
Yeah. So next week we'll talk about that because the first event will be next week, so we can talk about that.
That's good.
All right. Well, I guess until next time, guys. Remember, When bad players win the dice.
So don't forget to practice rolling them. Take it easy, guys.
Yeah.
Shake it, Cali. West Coast.